Hey everybody, it's me again. Remember my part 2 in the story? It's kinda where I left off this last time. You see, when we were in this room, it was kinda empty, minus a few rocks across the ground. Some were like big rocks, some were small. The place was flooded with water, and we couldn't see the ceiling. When we walked, we couldn't see the water splash, and David had no idea what this was. This level was completely unknown to him. And at that moment, we all got scared a little. We couldn't find another door, and we didn't know where we were, what to do. Even Jake's character was confused. So we just looked around for anything we could pick up. Jake told me something odd. He said he had a second shadow. And we looked. It did latch onto him. There was two. I had no clue what that meant or even what it could do. David was still confused. So I thought either we should ignore it or do something about it. Maybe it's good. Then Jake's health started to go down. And no matter how he ran, it just kept decreasing. He almost died for a minute. And then he crossed a shadow, and it unlatched from him. It formed into a person. It was pitch black. And kind of freaky looking at that. It didn't have a specific face. It looked like it were wearing armor. Anyway, I wouldn't exactly call this thing very nice. It attacked me, and I almost died from one hit. I guess that gives you a hint of how dangerous it is. Its purpose for latching on to people were actually to, well, control it, drain it, use it for energy. When it's actually in the shadow, it uses that energy, forming a person. With it, it also kills us. Its greatest strength is also its weakness. It's the only point we can actually hurt it, as David kind of saw. If you guys have any better ideas, we'd be all ears. But for now, we're just gonna keep going through this our way. Wish us luck, would ya? Well, given a short amount of time, it's gonna revert back to its shadow self. It then latched onto David, and he walked into a shadow. It didn't revert into a person this time. I think it has to absorb someone. But me and Jake are almost dead, and David have to make the same risk. I looked around for anything I can use to heal myself, and Jake's character said look behind the rubble. There was this blue orb, and it recharged me. It regenerated my health, but it didn't do anything for Jake. All you have to do is basically stand inside of it. It's not an orb, it's more of a sphere. It's pretty big. It's a person. Again, step inside of the spear and you're slowly regenerating health. When you do that, you should let the shadow latch on to you, and then you should give it everything you got. Then again, you're not gonna get anything done just doing it this way. You have to hurt it, and when you do, it's just gonna latch onto you again. So you have to try something different. Something smart. Maybe instant kill more like. Me and David looked around again. We saw a red spear, or orb. I stood inside of it at first, and it looked like I was indestructible. It then took its time and latched onto me. And there's this little screeching noise, as though it was in pain, just by being a part of me. It was hurting. I don't know what the hell it did, but it did something. It then tried to latch onto the other two. It worked. But Jake was extremely low on health, so I had to get close. I then noticed why it was running away. I was glowing. And I was glowing. Not exactly glowing, but on fire. It didn't hurt my character, but I was on fire. I was a walking torch. That must have been why it didn't like me. It tried latching on to the other two, and David eventually went hiding in the shadow. It worked. He even turned back to normal. And then I took a swing at him. He died. Extremely instantly. We were lucky that this happened. A door came out of the ground. It was shaped like all the other rubble. But at least it was an entrance or exit of sort. Me, David, and Jake ran through it, but at that instant, the game started lagging and glitching. And eventually, it froze. We were scared for like a moment, and then it just popped back up. Our characters look exactly the same, but we were in an entirely different scenery. It was like an office. Or a post office. I'm not sure what this place is. Let's just call it a workspace. It's like a normal workspace where people go. It's completely human, but foggy and dark. A foggy indoor building. Who would have thought, right? This place wasn't creepy at all. Even if it was nothing like the other one. Me and everyone else kind of went through an elevator, and it stopped. We climbed a ladder. We went up a few stairs, and we reached the top of the building. We're not on the roof, we're just at the highest floor. And we found two guys. One was wearing a hoodie with his hood on. The other one was wearing, work clothes. You know, a suit and tie, jeans, button-up shirt, that kind of outfit. And dress shoes. You know, and they were both looking down to the ground. I agreed that this was highly it was just weird. It was just weird. But of course I volunteered to get close and see what's up. We could talk to them, but I just didn't want to. Instead, with my flaming sword, awesome, right? I hit them. I could see the blood coming from them. I just kept swinging at them, because I didn't trust them, nor like them, for that matter. I guess I was a bit judgmental over this game. But I tried to kill them, like, twice. And whenever I kept swinging, they lifted up their arms and pushed me back to the wall. I only lost a small amount of health, but that's something I should have known. It's like a slight graze. The funny thing is, I think they weren't trying to kill me. I think they just wanted to talk. David explained who they were. Finally, he knows something again. These two are just simple messengers who never really got to pass on. One was violence, the other one was peace, I guess, meaning and all that jazz. And as I recall, they would do anything to get their message across, even if that meant something drastic.